September 2026 brings Aquarius into a financially important period where innovation, discipline, careful planning, and the willingness to rethink old financial habits can work together to create meaningful progress. This month is not simply about earning more money. It is about understanding how your resources are being used, strengthening your financial foundation, recognizing opportunities that can genuinely improve your future, and learning how to turn your ideas into practical financial results. Several September 2026 forecasts emphasize budgeting, financial restructuring, careful spending, professional improvement, and the possibility of stronger income as the month progresses. You may enter September with a growing desire to change your financial situation. Perhaps you have been thinking about increasing your income, finding a better job, starting a side business, improving your savings, paying down debt, investing in your education, or creating a financial structure that gives you more freedom. You may also feel that your current financial situation does not completely reflect your potential. You have ideas. You have skills. You may see opportunities that other people do not notice. But sometimes having good ideas is not enough. An idea becomes financially valuable when you create a system that allows it to produce consistent results. September asks Aquarius to make that transition. Think differently, but execute carefully. Aquarius naturally values independence. You do not always want to follow the traditional path, and that can actually become one of your greatest financial advantages. You may be drawn toward technology, digital work, creative industries, communication, online business, innovation, research, or unconventional professional opportunities. Astrology.com also highlights technology, digital media, creative marketing, and innovative fields as potentially lucrative areas for Aquarius during 2026. September encourages you to take those possibilities seriously. But it also asks you to give your ideas structure. A brilliant idea without execution remains an idea. A creative skill without a business model may remain a hobby. A promising opportunity without financial planning can become a source of stress. Your goal this month is to connect innovation with discipline. The beginning of September may bring attention to shared finances, debts, contracts, investments, insurance, taxes, or another financial matter that requires deeper examination. September's astrological themes place particular emphasis on shared resources and financial restructuring for Aquarius. Something may need to be reorganized. Perhaps you have been carrying a financial obligation for too long. Perhaps a payment schedule needs to change. Perhaps you need to discuss money with a partner. Perhaps you need to review an investment. Perhaps you need to create a more realistic budget. Whatever the situation may be, do not avoid it. Aquarius sometimes prefers to move forward rather than spend too much time dealing with old problems. But financial progress requires closure. You cannot build a stronger financial future while ignoring the foundations underneath you. Look at the numbers. Understand the obligations. Review the agreements. Then decide what needs to change. Once you do this, you may feel an immediate sense of relief. One of the strongest financial themes of September is the need for discipline. This may sound less exciting than a sudden financial breakthrough, but it can actually become much more important. Your financial future may improve not because one extraordinary opportunity appears, but because you begin making better decisions consistently. Budgeting, saving, reducing unnecessary expenses, improving your skills, negotiating better terms, creating additional income, protecting your cash flow. These actions may seem ordinary, but ordinary actions repeated consistently can create extraordinary results. Aquarius may sometimes become excited by new possibilities and lose interest when the process becomes repetitive. September teaches you the value of repetition. The same savings habit, the same financial review, the same professional discipline, the same commitment to improving your skills. These are the habits that create stability. If you are employed, September may bring opportunities to strengthen your professional position. You could become involved in an important project. You may be given additional responsibilities. Your ideas may attract attention. A supervisor may begin recognizing your contribution. A new role may become available. Or you may finally realize that your current position no longer gives you enough room to grow. Career forecasts for Aquarius point towards structural progress, stronger professional visibility, and the importance of using communication and negotiation effectively during September. This means you should not underestimate your professional voice. If you have an idea, explain it. If you have solved a problem, document it. If you have achieved measurable results, make them visible. If you have taken on additional responsibilities, recognize their value. Do not assume that people automatically understand how much you contribute. Sometimes professional advancement begins when you communicate your value more clearly. If you are considering asking for a raise, September can encourage you to approach the conversation with preparation rather than emotion. Know your market value. Know your accomplishments. Know the results you have produced. Know what responsibilities you have taken on. Know what you are asking for. Do not simply say that you need more money. Explain why your contribution justifies the request. Confidence becomes much stronger when it is supported by evidence. For Aquarius natives searching for employment, September may bring useful opportunities through networking and communication. Someone may recommend you. A former colleague may contact you. A professional conversation may lead to an interview. A person in your network may know about an opening before it becomes widely available. Your ability to communicate ideas clearly can work strongly in your favor. But do not try to impress people by appearing to know everything. Show curiosity. Show adaptability. Show that you can learn. Aquarius has a natural ability to think differently, and employers can value that quality when it is combined with reliability. Innovation attracts attention. Execution earns trust. You need both. September may also be a strong period for turning a side interest into an additional income source. Perhaps you have been thinking about freelancing. Perhaps you want to create content. Perhaps you want to teach. Perhaps you have technical knowledge. Perhaps you understand digital tools. Perhaps you have experience in marketing, design, writing, consulting, research, technology, education, or another specialized field. Ask yourself what problem you can solve. Then ask who would pay you to solve it. This question can be more financially useful than simply asking what you enjoy doing. Your interests become financially powerful when they meet real demand. You do not need to build a huge business immediately. Start with one service, one customer, one project, one result. Then improve. September rewards Aquarius when ideas are converted into practical systems. Your first goal is not to become wealthy overnight. Your first goal is to prove that your idea works. Once you have proof, you can expand. This month also asks you to examine your spending habits. Aquarius may sometimes spend money on technology, hobbies, experiences, education, gadgets, subscriptions, or things that satisfy curiosity. You may tell yourself that you are investing in yourself. Sometimes you are. Sometimes you are simply buying something because it is interesting. There is an important difference. Before making a purchase, ask yourself whether the expense has a clear purpose. Will it save you time? Will it help you earn more? Will it improve your work? Will it genuinely improve your quality of life? Or will you use it for a few weeks and then forget about it? This question can prevent unnecessary spending. September is particularly suitable for creating a more serious budget. Some Aquarius financial forecasts emphasize that budgeting, saving, and becoming clear about financial goals are essential themes for 2026. You do not need a complicated financial system. You need a system you will actually follow. Know how much comes in. Know how much goes out. Know how much you need for necessities. Know how much you want to save. Know how much you can realistically spend. Once you understand these numbers, money becomes less mysterious. You gain control. You gain confidence. And you make better decisions. Recurring expenses deserve special attention. Subscriptions, streaming services, software, memberships, delivery fees, online services, bank charges, automatic payments. Small expenses can become surprisingly large when they repeat every month. Review them. Cancel what you no longer need. Renegotiate where possible. Replace expensive services with better value alternatives. The money you save can be redirected towards something more meaningful. September may also be an important month for building an emergency fund. Aquarius can sometimes be comfortable with uncertainty because you enjoy freedom and change. But financial freedom becomes much easier when you have a safety net. An emergency fund can protect you from having to make desperate decisions. Can give you time if you lose a job. Can help with an unexpected repair. It can protect you from taking on expensive debt. It can give you the freedom to say no to an opportunity that does not feel right. This is real independence. Not simply having money to spend. Having money that gives you choices. September may also encourage you to review existing investments. Do not react emotionally to short-term changes. Do not buy simply because everyone else is buying. Do not sell simply because you become temporarily afraid. Research. Review your strategy. Understand your risk tolerance. If you do not understand an investment, learn before committing more money. Some financial forecasts specifically advise Aquarius to avoid risky moves without research and to rely on structured financial planning rather than emotional reactions. You do not need to chase every opportunity. You need to understand the opportunities you choose. Sometimes patience creates better financial results than speed. September may also bring a lesson about delayed payments. Some forecasts for Aquarius suggest that delayed payments may begin arriving and that side income can stabilize as September progresses. If money has been owed to you, follow up professionally. Do not assume that asking about payment is rude. If you completed the work, you deserve to be paid according to the agreement. Keep invoices organized. Track deadlines. Follow up when necessary. Create systems that reduce the chance of future delays. Financial organization can become a source of additional income because it prevents money from slipping through the cracks. For Aquarius entrepreneurs, September can be a month of restructuring and renewed movement. You may have spent the previous months adjusting your plans, cutting low-value work, or reconsidering how your business operates. Now you may begin seeing clearer direction. Some 2026 Aquarius business forecasts describe September as a period when stalled proposals can resume and decisions can begin unlocking progress after earlier delays. This does not mean you should immediately expand everything. First, protect cash flow. Then improve efficiency. Then invest where demand has already been demonstrated. Do not spend money simply to make your business look bigger. A larger office does not automatically mean a stronger business. More equipment does not automatically mean more profit. More advertising does not automatically mean more customers. Look at the numbers. If an expense does not have a clear purpose, question it. Your business does not need to look impressive. It needs to work. September may also encourage Aquarius to improve systems. Automate repetitive tasks. Organize documents. Create templates. Improve communication. Track customer information. Make invoices easier. Create better workflows. The goal is to reduce wasted time. Your time is one of your most valuable financial resources. If a task can be completed in 30 minutes instead of 3 hours, that difference has financial value. You may also discover that you are spending too much time on low-value work. This is a good month to identify it. Do less of what produces little. Do more of what creates meaningful results. Partnerships may also become financially significant. A colleague may suggest a collaboration. A friend may present a business idea. A company may want to work with you. A client may offer a larger project. An online connection may become professionally valuable. Aquarius can thrive through communities and networks, but financial partnerships require clarity. Discuss money. Discuss responsibilities. Discuss ownership. Discuss deadlines. Discuss expectations. Discuss what happens if circumstances change. Do not assume that friendship automatically creates a good business relationship. A good friendship can survive a clear financial agreement. In fact, clarity can protect the friendship. Write important agreements down. Do not rely entirely on memory. Do not rely entirely on verbal promises. The more important the financial decision, the more important documentation becomes. September may also bring attention to shared finances. A partner, family member, or business associate may have financial expectations that need to be discussed. You may need to decide who pays for what. You may need to review a loan. You may need to discuss property. You may need to restructure shared expenses. Do not avoid these conversations simply because you want to maintain peace. Financial problems become more difficult when people refuse to discuss them. Speak calmly. Listen. Explain your position. Look for a fair arrangement. You can maintain independence without becoming emotionally distant. Family finances may also require boundaries. You may be asked to help someone. You may feel responsible for solving a problem. But remember this, Aquarius. Helping someone does not mean sacrificing your own financial future. You can be generous without destroying your savings. You can support someone without taking responsibility for all of their decisions. You can say yes when you genuinely can. And you can say no when saying yes would create serious financial pressure. That is not selfishness. That is responsible financial behavior. September may also bring attention to property, taxes, insurance, or other shared resources. The Virgo new moon around September 10th is described in some forecasts as a useful moment for resetting budgets, discussing shared finances, and creating new intentions around financial stability. Use this period to organize, review, restructure, plan. You may discover that one financial decision you have postponed can finally be addressed. As the month progresses, Aquarius may begin to feel more optimistic about money. You may notice that your income is becoming more stable. You may receive a payment you were waiting for. A side project may start producing results. A professional conversation may lead to a new opportunity. A business proposal may finally move forward. A delayed decision may be resolved. The change may not be dramatic, but it may create momentum. This is important because financial progress does not always arrive as a huge amount of money. Sometimes progress is simply greater predictability. Knowing what you will earn, knowing what you will spend, knowing what you can save, knowing what you are building. That kind of clarity can be extremely valuable. Around the middle and later part of September, you may also become more confident in your ability to negotiate. One career forecast identifies September 8th through September 16th as a useful window for money and negotiation decisions, emphasizing precision around rates, raises, invoices, and terms. Whether or not you follow specific dates, the larger lesson is valuable. Do not soften your financial requests so much that nobody understands what you actually want. If you want a specific salary, know the number. If you are negotiating a contract, know your minimum. If you are sending an invoice, state the amount clearly. If you are pricing a service, know why the price is justified. Clarity is powerful. You do not need to be aggressive. You simply need to be precise. Aquarius may also experience an important shift in the way you define wealth. You may become less interested in traditional ideas of success. You may not care as much about proving yourself through possessions. Instead, you may want freedom, time, flexibility, independence. the ability to work on your own terms, the ability to travel, the ability to support people you care about, the ability to pursue ideas without financial panic. This is a deeper form of wealth. Money becomes valuable because of what it allows you to do, not because of what it allows you to display. September may help you understand this more clearly. You may also need to separate your financial results from your personal value. A difficult month does not mean that you are unsuccessful. A failed business idea does not mean that you are incapable. A rejected application does not mean that you are not talented. A financial mistake does not define your intelligence. Money is a tool. Use it as information. Learn from what works. Learn from what does not. Then improve. By the final part of September, some of the financial decisions you made earlier in the month may begin producing visible results. A professional conversation could lead to better compensation. A delayed payment could arrive. A side income could become more stable. A business proposal could finally move forward. A new skill could create a professional opportunity. A financial restructuring could reduce stress. A better budget could increase savings. The improvement may not happen dramatically. It may happen quietly, but quiet progress is still progress. You may look at your finances and realize that you are no longer simply hoping things will improve. You are actively creating the improvement. That is the difference. Aquarius, your greatest financial advantage this month is your ability to think differently. You can see possibilities that others overlook. You can learn new technologies. You can adapt to changing environments. You can connect people. You can create unconventional solutions. You can build new systems. These qualities can become extremely valuable when combined with financial discipline. Do not underestimate one idea, one client, one professional connection, one digital skill, one new service, one negotiation, 1 month of disciplined saving. One investment in your education. One decision to eliminate unnecessary expenses. Small actions can eventually create major changes. September is not asking Aquarius to become obsessed with money. It is asking you to respect money enough to give it direction. Earn intelligently. Spend consciously. Save consistently. Research before investing. Protect your cash flow. Build useful skills, and do not allow excitement about the future to make you careless with the present. Most importantly, remember that your financial past does not define your financial future. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you spent too much. Maybe an investment did not work. Maybe a business idea failed. Maybe you trusted the wrong person. Maybe you experienced a period when money felt uncertain. Those experiences can become lessons. They do not have to become your identity. September gives Aquarius an opportunity to create a more intelligent, independent, and stable relationship with money. You are learning that wealth is not only about earning more. It is about managing better, saving consistently, creating additional income, protecting your resources, understanding your risks, investing in skills, and building enough financial freedom that you can make decisions according to your own values. Your next financial breakthrough may not arrive as a dramatic fortune. It may begin with one smart decision that nobody else notices. A budget, a negotiation, a new client, a delayed payment finally received, a new skill, a better business system, a decision to stop wasting money, a decision to invest in something that genuinely increases your future earning power. One of those small decisions may eventually become the beginning of a much larger financial transformation. Remember this, Aquarius. Your financial future does not need to be created through one extraordinary opportunity. It can be built through innovation, discipline, careful planning, intelligent negotiations, and consistent decisions that turn your ideas into real financial freedom.